So you are now 35 weeks pregnant, which means there's only 5 weeks left until your due date, which doesn't seem like much at all, does it? So according to those trusty textbooks, baby is now weighing in at around 5 pounds and lengthwise is measuring at around 46 centimeters. And if you're looking for a size comparison, this week they are roughly the same size as a honeydew melon. Now, every baby is different, but you can expect them to pack on at least another pound, if not a couple more, by the time that they are born. And speaking of weight, at the moment your baby's body is made up of around 15% body fat, but by the time that they are born it will rise to around 30%. So that's what's happening while you wait for them to arrive. But it's probably best not to think too much about size at the moment, particularly if it's making you nervous. But one handy fact to know is that your baby's skull remains quite soft at this stage, which may sound a little bit scary, but it's for a very, very good reason. This soft skull will allow baby to pass through your birth canal much more easily, and this can also be why some babies are born with quite oddly shaped heads to begin with, but don't worry, it soon settles down. So now we're up to date with baby, let's take a look at some real scan footage for week 35. Now, we've talked about baby, but what about you? How are you feeling and what is being 35 weeks pregnant really like? Well, here at Channel Mum, we're comparing the textbook versus the truth with a little help from some expectant mums just like you. As I've mentioned in the last few videos now, we are trying our best to help you prepare for the big day. So this week we're going to touch on pain relief. Now, this can feel a little bit like a minefield, can't it? What will work best for me and how do I choose? And as with most things, every woman is different, but these are the most common options. First up is Entonox, which you might know as gas and air, and this is the most common and popular first choice for many women when they begin labour, and it's made up of a combination of oxygen and nitrous oxide. It doesn't block out the pain, but it can take the edge off, and one of the benefits is that it doesn't affect your baby and it does wear off very quickly, but it can make some women feel giggly, sick and lightheaded. Then there is the TENS machine, which is a small battery operated device that connects to the sticky pads known as electrodes. You attach the pads to your skin, which is usually on your back when you're in labour, and the machine will send small electrical pulses to that part of your body. They tend to be better in early labour, and for obvious reasons you can't use them in the bath or in the pool, but you can buy or rent them to use at home as well in those early stages. Then there is pain relief in the form of an injection, which is usually given in your thigh or your bottom, and this will usually be either pethidine or diamorphine, and they can take around 20 minutes to start working and can last between 2 to 4 hours. You will experience relief from the pain and you will most likely relax as well, but you may also feel woozy, tired, sick and dizzy, and you may even get a little bit forgetful as well, and these are also known to affect babies' breathing and feeding once they're born, so that's always worth thinking about too. Next up is the epidural, and this is a special type of local anaesthetic which is given through the spine, and this numbs the nerves that carry pain impulses from the birth canal to the brain. For most women this gives complete pain relief, but it can only be done by an anaesthetist, so be prepared for a wait initially, but once it is done it can take around 10 to 15 minutes to kick in and you should feel much better. It can sometimes prolong labour and can interfere with pushing if the dose is too high, but luckily this can be adjusted. Then finally is hypnobirthing and using water as pain relief. Now these two go very well hand in hand, and I'm actually a personal fan of both. Hypnobirthing teaches simple yet specific breathing techniques techniques, self-hypnosis and relaxation for a better birth. You can attend hypnobirthing classes, read books, or even attend courses online, and I used it in both of my labours, and I actually managed to give birth both times without pain relief, so it really did work for me. Water births are also a really brilliant way of natural pain relief because the warm water relaxes you, and you've also got the freedom to move around a little bit more as well, and I would definitely recommend looking into both if you can. But that said, the pain relief that you prefer now might not necessarily be the pain relief that works best for you in labour, so it's always worth thinking about this and keeping an open mind. And just remember, it really does not matter how baby arrives, you are a hero regardless. So it's bump time, so let's take a look at those gorgeous 35 weeks beautiful baby bumps.
Here is my bump at 35 weeks.
Here's bump. I feel like it's getting a bit more pointy. Just a little bit like of a bit of a different shape now.
I feel like I am starting to get a lot lower now, but it's still just pretty big, isn't it? So what else can you expect for this week? Well, over on Channel Mum, we've got tons of vlogs from other mums in every week of pregnancy, including the stage that you're at right now. So let's take a look and see what they had to say about being 35 weeks pregnant.
I've finished my birth plan. Woo! I've also packed the hospital bags. Hooray!
I'm not at the stage where I'm fed up yet. I'm not fed up of being pregnant. I'm not ready to not be pregnant yet.
I honestly thought I was going into labour, and I literally felt like she was just gonna fall out.
It's been really uncomfortable to eat dinner. You know, when you eat and you're so full, it's like there's just literally no room in my stomach anymore for this 35-week baby.
None of my shoes fit me anymore. None of my rings fit me anymore. I am completely healthy according to my midwife. There's no problems, no signs of preeclampsia, no issues, no conditions. It's just water retention.
A lot of restless leg syndrome again. It keeps me up in the night. It's just before I'm about to nod off to sleep that my leg just feels as if it's been in the wrong place for too long and it's going into pins and needles.
Having loads of pressure down below. I was waddling really badly.
Feel like I'm that sore in my crotch area that I must creak when I move. I feel like an old door.
He is now very strong, and his kicks or his punches or whenever he moves around tends to be quite painful nowadays. It's just like body rolls, and I feel like he's trying to find a comfortable position.
Lots of kind of kicking and letting me know they're there, which is wonderful.
I have a foot. I think he knows I'm talking about him. I've got a foot kind of prodding me.
This week I've been feeling like I've got loads of energy one minute and then I'm completely knackered the next.
A few contractions. I think they're Braxton Hicks still. Nothing regular, just a bit more painful than the usual Braxton Hicks that I used to have a few weeks ago.
I have started to feel a bit scared of what's coming.
Just accepted I'm pregnant. I'm not accepted there's going to be an actual baby. This is going to turn into a baby.
So it's time to get honest with the Channel Mum, the good, the bad and the ugly of being 35 weeks pregnant. The good, the countdown is now less vast, finally, and this means that you can imagine next month and your baby being here and what the weather might be like in those first few weeks and whether you'll get out and about and what it's going to feel like introducing your baby to all of your family. And that time for me was so exciting, that little countdown, and I just got more and more giddy as the days went on, and in turn I am just so giddy and so excited for you. The bad, breathlessness. Sometimes, towards the end, you might find that you get a little bit out of breath. This used to drive me crazy in those late weeks. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even go from one room to the next without panting like a dog. But one positive with this is that you may find it goes away once baby drops, so keep an eye out for that. And the ugly varicose veins. These pesky little things are bulging purple or blue veins that appear under the skin, usually on your legs. So as always, we hope you enjoyed our textbook versus the truth about being 35 weeks pregnant. We would love to hear how you're doing now at this late stage, so please let us know in the comments below. And if you'd like something to watch after this, then why not check out all the other vlogs from other mums over on Channel Mum who are 35 weeks pregnant right now. We'll leave a link down below for you as always. And that's it from us here at Channel Mum, so we will see you and that gorgeous belly of yours next week for week 36.